2020 was a difficult year no matter your situation. I want to bring to light how COVID has impacted the Pacific Northwest communities by shining the spotlight on small businesses through these changing times. I'm your host, Dane Udegaard, and this is the COVID Shift. I'm with Udegaard Property Group, and I'm doing a small series here to highlight small businesses in the region that have either started up during COVID, been impacted during COVID, and it's just our way of giving back to the small business community. And our first guest is my good friend Pamela Denny. Hi, Pam.
Hello.
How are you doing this evening?
I'm wonderful.
Well, awesome. We've actually been small chatting for a while here now, but wanted to introduce you properly and go over kind of what your business is doing, etc. So kind of tell us your story and how you ended up here today.
All right. Well, I ended up here today purely by happenstance and invitation by you. Super appreciate it. Thank you.
Glad to have you.
Thank you. I started my journey with Stellar Joy Co., which is a wellness community, in October. So launched it right before COVID kind of came into our lives. Gave a live lecture to the city of Puyallup and Edgewood on just values and why mindset is so important to your overall health. And then COVID came. So I had an office where I was meeting with people, and then we couldn't meet with people anymore.
Right.
So this huge vision of just really getting out into the world and helping people find really genuine connections and be connected to their world in a very meaningful way and seek and create their own joy, which would ultimately influence their health and wellness of their life. So had to pivot over to Zoom, as everybody's kind of picked up on Zoom. So stepped out of the office and now kind of run my business from home on a desktop, which is very different. Some of the perks of that, I think, is when people are sitting in their own homes and you're discussing personal situations with them, they feel a little bit safer.
Yeah.
Because we're not sitting knee to knee, and they don't have to expose everything right away.
Right.
And energy and body language will give me a lot of that in person. But when we're on the computer in the digital world, I feel like people just feel a little bit safer. So they're sharing more quickly.
Interesting.
Which has been kind of a beautiful thing. I still really, really miss just getting together with people. I think there's a certain energy between us when we're in a room with one another that you just can't replace with digital technology.
I took some time with Pam to discuss how growing up in the Puget Sound in the Pacific Northwest had affected her life and helped her come to where she is today with her business. So Pam, we went to the same high school. How do you feel being a Washingtonian has shaped you into who you are today?
Well, I think just coming from a very small town in Washington kind of gave me the appreciation for community. As we kind of all know our neighbors and we know the local business owners, so really just having an understanding of how important community is and how important connection is within that community.
Right, makes sense. Yeah, I mean, the town that we grew up in, or the towns around where we grew up in, depending on where you were. Back then, didn't Bonnie Lake feed into Sumner as well?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, those places are not the same as they used to be.
No, they've certainly grown quite a bit.
Yeah. I didn't actually stay there very long. I was only there for a couple years, but you grew up down there?
Yeah.
Right on.
I think I was in Tacoma until I was about 5, and then we moved over to Sumner when I was in first grade. And then when I was old enough to move out, I moved all the way over to Puyallup.
Ooh, that's a big jump. Yeah, I did a little bit more moving around than that, but yeah, do you feel like the just the beauty of this place has affected your business, your or the choices that you've made towards your business and things?
Absolutely. I think coming from somewhere where it's raining kind of frequently makes me want to go travel to other places pretty frequently. And the more that I travel, the more I really, really just appreciate Washington. I mean, it is so lush and green and colorful, and we can go outside, we can be at the water, the beach, the mountain, the desert
It's
in a matter of hours. So it's kind of a wonderful little space that we have.
I concur. I remember when I moved to Indianapolis when I was younger, when I was like 21, and then I came home for Christmas, and it was like just the worst day you can imagine. Just, clouds all the way down to the floor, and I was driving across 520, and I realized, oh my God, it's so pretty here. I mean, there's beauty in every area. You can
Yeah.
always find it. But, like, just the contrast of the clouds with the lakes and the mountains in the backdrop, you go, why did I ever leave here?
Yeah, there's just a lot of different hues and colors that we get to see every day, and you don't really appreciate it till it's not there.
Right. And I was back 6 months later, so.
Welcome home.
Yeah, that was many years ago. So tell me, Pam, how has COVID affected, I mean, you kind of went over some of the, Zoom stuff. Did it affect you in any other ways, or did you find clients drop off? Did you find anything that was a massive hardship during this year?
At the beginning of COVID, back in February, at first things kind of started picking up. And then I think as we started recognizing that this wasn't going to be a short-term thing, this was actually going to continue affecting people.
Mm-hmm.
It fell off probably in April. And so it was during April that I was like, okay, well, that's actually when I published that book, with having the extra time. And then pivoting to the online there's just a leg in things there. So kind of fell off a little bit and then came back, not 100% to where it was before, which is why I chose to add the Isogenics to my company as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then went ahead and took that time to decide to go ahead and go back to school and really further my background and my foundation.
That's brilliant, because you're basically taking what you're doing already, right? You're asserting opinions on people, and then you're furthering your education so that has more backing, right?
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, well, really just to further my understanding. I mean, there are so many, humans are so interesting. We're the most interesting creatures on Earth, I think. And in order to help somebody, I think you need to understand a plethora of different backgrounds and really, really, really be focused on listening, which is kind of the magic of coaching, is just truly sitting down with somebody and having them be heard and seeing them without judging them, which I think is the gift of coaching.
To the people watching this, do you have something that you'd like to offer to them, a discount on your services or something like that?
Yeah, I have. So generally, I do 3-month and 6-month packages. So usually they're $150 per session. They're 55-minute sessions. So instead of $150 for the session for the 3-month program, I'm willing to do half price for a 3-month program. So $75 per session for 3 months.
Awesome.
All right.
I am sure that people will love that, and
Yeah.
I hope you get some new clients from this.
Yeah.
So thank you again for spending your evening with us, and
Thank you for having me. And this was
course.
a ton of fun.
it was great to see you too.
You too.
Probably been-
Hey guys, it's Pam D with Stellar Joy Co. I just want to get you that promo code if you would like to participate in a half-price 3-month coaching program tailored to your health and wellness needs. Go ahead and visit us at stellarjoyco.com, and in the right-hand corner, you're going to see a button that says Connect. Click that button and it'll pull up a form. In that form at the bottom, there's a message center. Go ahead and type me a note about your wellness goals, and at the end, in all caps, type out Stay Stellar. That will let me know that you have previewed this video and you are interested in exploring a 3-month coaching program. First session is always complimentary as we're just getting to know one another and helping clients to understand the coaching process. So go ahead and visit us at stellarjoyco.com. If you have questions or inquiries, please feel free to utilize that form to send questions as well. I hope you guys are having a stellar day. Be kind to one another. I look forward to hearing from you. Live well, friends. Thank you.